why should I spend my own money? I'm too pretty to pay for stuff. So I think I am actually a 50-50 girl.
Yeah.
But only in the sense of that you give me 50% of your bank account, 50% of your mortgage, 50% of your house. That's my kind of 50-50.
Are you on medication?
Truth is that the good guys are done with dating. They would rather be single and have their peace than be in a relationship and not be treated correctly. They're done playing the games, okay? Girls not being monogamous, them not texting them back, them giving them mixed signals, them opening up and sharing their feelings, and then a girl breaking up with them. They don't want to deal with that. They'd rather work a lot, go home, play some video games, watch a movie, and spend time with their dog or themselves than ever have to deal with women.
I know what I'm about to say is going to surprise some of you, but I don't have any problem with somebody using my words because it's still spreading the message that I believe in. So like it, interact with it. You don't need to report it, but just don't fall for clicking the link. And side note, I should mention here, I have never and probably will never have a backup account. So please be aware so that you don't get scammed.
Being alone for a while is dangerous. It's addicting. Once you see how peaceful it is, you don't want to deal with modern women anymore.
So why is it that it feels like men are giving up on dating? On a daily basis, I have so many women say to me they just can't find quality men out there to be able to build a relationship with.
Well, it's simple. Once you've been rejected by the world, you eventually reject the world.
I don't mean to be aggressive, but if a man ever asks me what the fuck I bring to the table, I'm gonna call like the third guy on my fucking list and then just get his ass to BB. I'm gonna tell him that I was emotionally abused because that's emotional abuse. Are you really fucking telling me? First of all, I'm using topology, okay? T13, this shit's good. Oh, it feels so good on my fucking skin. Oh my God. As good as it feels when they fucking send money. Okay? A man's value is not attached to his money, obviously, but I'm not here to fucking perform for you. You're the one fucking auditioning, so your job is to fucking give me what I want, because what you want is to procreate with me at the end of the day. You want my coochie hoochie. You gotta earn my coochie hoochie, okay? You gotta earn it, and I'm not giving you access. Why would I give you access? What is this, a fucking, I don't know, club? You think you can just pay fucking $20 cover fee and then you get in and you can just walk on any floor? Bitch, no. This isn't even a country club. This is a different type of club, okay? This is an exclusive club. You don't get to come in here. Bitch, no. First of all, we don't accept applications, all right? I will say that we do, but we don't accept applications. What we do is we watch. They approach us, okay. What do you want? You can't shop for me, honey. This is a fucking black MX. I need to invite you. You don't even know the fucking perks, okay? I keep them private because you don't need to know what the fuck it is I can offer. What I want to see is your value, period. What do you bring to the table for me, okay? For me. How do you serve me? If you don't like it, fuck off. Fuck off. Bye.
Wow. Talk about entitlement. No wonder men are done.
When I say that it's easier for men to date, I guess, is because it's not that it's easier for them to get a date. A woman can get a date like I've never had a shortage of men in my DMs. I could get a date. If I was single tomorrow, I could have 15 dates lined up for myself. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is in a relationship, finding someone who isn't trying to pull a power trip on you or isn't trying to change you. And like, this isn't just from my perspective. All of my girlfriends struggle with this, is like, you just want someone who wants you for you, and instead they want someone else, but they just like the way you look, and so they're trying to change you. At least with my friend group and me, we ask for pretty much the bare minimum. Love us, be able to take care of yourself. Like, I don't want to babysit you. Like, at least just take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. And have passion for something and just accept me for who I am. That's it.
Imagine if men kept the accept me for who I am mindset instead of constant improvements. I don't like when men try to change me, aka I don't like being held accountable and encouraged to grow.
Okay, is it that men just don't want to commit
anymore. I was reading an article on that the other day. It said it's like the new norm. Like it's okay for men not to want to commit anymore like they used to. Or is it that they have too many options now with all these dating sites and, you know, women willing to be in open relationships? But what I know for me is that I really don't know if I'll ever meet someone of substance that truly wants, you know, what I want. And it's sad. You know, I never thought I'd be going through this.
Men believe that there's absolutely no reason to get married. They have learned from the experiences of other men.
I'm so fucking tired of being disappointed by men. I'm so fucking tired of getting hurt. I'm so fucking tired of men lying and then calling it honesty. I'm so tired of men pretending like they want to be in a relationship with you and literally pretend and act like they are in a relationship with you just for them to turn around weeks later and say they don't want a relationship with you. So what the fuck were you doing the entire time? Were we playing pretend? How old are we? I thought we stopped playing pretend when we turned like 9. Why are we still doing it? Why are you a little boy in a man's body? Why have you not matured yet? Why do I have to be disappointed and feel like a fool every fucking time? I'm so tired. Because from what I've also learned about guys is that they know right away. They know pretty early on if they see it with you or they don't, and they're not gonna waste their fucking time if they don't see it, right? And I'm not talking about like just keeping you around, kind of breadcrumbing you just to like be able to get into your pants so that, you know, you go out on a night out so that they can text you at 2 a.m. and you come over. I'm just saying, like, I've gone through enough, I've been through enough that like I know the difference. I can usually spot the difference. I'm talking about guys that are coming over, cooking me dinner, hanging out multiple times a week, going on dates, paying for things. I'm meeting their friends, they're meeting my friends. Like, very much dating, right? So you can do all of the long-term relationship-y things with me, but then turn around and say you don't see the long-term relationship with me. Everyone's like, oh my god, Lindsay, how do you deal with heartache? How do you deal with like getting rejected and getting your feelings hurt? I like don't handle it well, but the more it happens, the better I become at just like fucking letting it go. I used to always turn it around and be like, okay, well, what happened and why me and what did I do wrong and why didn't he like me? Now there's no rhyme or reason. I've literally learned that it is nothing to do with me. And that's not to say I'm perfect. That's not to say that, like, you know, everyone has to like me. But it doesn't matter, honestly, what they tell me. It doesn't make it any better. So asking them, like, what went wrong, save yourself the fucking time. Save yourself the text message. Save yourself. They're gonna lie. You're never gonna get the real truth. Sucks to get excited about someone and to really put your time and energy and for it to be reciprocated and for it to be going well and then for it to be taken away from you without you understanding and without getting any type of like good reason. Because most likely it has nothing to do with you. Because honestly, I think he could see a long-term relationship with me because he wouldn't have done all that shit if he couldn't have. And it's something that he needs to deal with within himself. Either one, he's not ready for a long-term relationship, period. Not because it's with you, with anyone. And maybe you're the first girl that he actually started to see and feel a long-term relationship with. And he panicked. He freaked out. He had put his foot in the water and he panicked and got cold feet and basically blamed it on you. When in reality, he might have some unhealed trauma, isn't over his ex-girlfriend, is stressed out. Like, you never fucking know, but most of the time, the guy is not going to take the responsibility or take the time to probably self-reflect and deep dive into why he can't see a relationship with you when you guys get along like a house on fire, and he probably won't find someone that he gets along better with in a while. And maybe he'll figure it out later and, you know, and be like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. But by that point, it's going to be too fucking late. So I can sit here and boo-hoo and be upset and, you know, and try to hope that he figures out what he lost, or just understand that the person that you're meant to be with won't fucking, like, let you go and will realize how special the person in front of them is and won't do shit like this.
Yes, because all the good men are done. It's just the bottom of the barrel left out there for women like you, who get played every time.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore or don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first. How my parents met? They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance, and my mom was like, get out of here. She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, they would have never gone married, they would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, what do I have to do to take you out on a date? She was working late their first date, so he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park, just planned the whole thing. He wrote her poetry. He was yearning. How my aunt and my uncle met. My aunt was a dancer on a cruise ship, and he was the photographer. And he was persistent. She overheard him one night saying to his buddy, he was like, I'm gonna marry that girl. He had just met her. And now they're married, and they have 2 kids together. I don't hear anything like that now. Now we're praising eye contact. Now we're praising if a guy held a door open to us and smiled. That is what we're praising. It feels so backwards. I just wonder when it shifted, because I feel like that is the whole downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone now, because men just don't care anymore.
Ask the bear? You are a strong, independent woman. Why do you need pursuing?
What kind of world do we live in where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date?
I'm going to a guy's house, but I'm coming from a guy's house, and I got his nectar on my pants.
Why is it so difficult for you to ask us, any of us, on a date?
He should definitely be holding your shopping bag. Going into a restaurant, he should definitely be opening the restaurant door for you.
I had a guy come over after lunchtime, but now that I got my car back, I think I'm gonna go to a guy's house with my regulars. One of the boys in the restaurant.
Guys just don't approach anymore.
Why do you guys not do that? Why do you not walk up to women anymore and start an initial conversation?
The truth is that the good guys are done with dating.
Who's gonna come rescue me? I want to be rescued. I've spent the first 40 years of my life refusing to be rescued. I'm over it. I need my yard mowed, I need my toilet fixed, and I need some other things done around my house. Help?
Whoever said that being an independent girl and like moving out of your parents' house and living on your own and like being so independent is fun, let me just warn you, my rent, my phone bill, my car bill. The other day my car broke down and I literally had no one to call. Get a man to pay for literally everything because honey, this independent bad bitch, it's not as fun as it seems. Trust and believe.
This life thing is just not for me. It is not for me. That's what I'm realizing. Bills are a no. Work is a no. I don't want to do nothing but shake my booty. That's it.
Oh my gosh, I am so tired of having to be a man. If you have a good man and he does those things for you, appreciate them. Tell him you appreciate them. Because you could be like me and have to do it all. And it sucks.
One of my boyfriends is unfortunately not on the roster anymore. Instead of lowering your standard for one man, you can have 4 mediocre men who can collect.
You get done with the day, you wait for them to text you back because you're a girl and you want them to text you back first.
They would like my photo and would match, and then nothing goes from there. Like, they would never initiate a conversation or ask me out for a date.
As a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role.
I do not save men's contact information. I always just have like numbers on my phone. But to make this easier, I will save their full name as a contact, and then in the company line, I write rotation and then a number. So like the first guy that I went out with after I broke up with my boyfriend was rotation 1. And then if I got with someone else that I liked better, then I demote the first guy to like rotation 2, save the new guy as rotation 1, and if I am bored, I can just type rotation into my contacts and it pulls up a list of guys that I can.
This is not going to be the love story we thought it was going to be. I'm walking home with my with my food. Vibe was so weird. I felt like he was not enthusiastic at all. It was just a bit too cool. And then I was like, are you tired?
So I said, are you tired? Or like, I don't know, I'm just getting a weird vibe. And he was like, I think that maybe we're just not compatible.
Actually, most of us are done with attitude. Not dating is just a consequence of your own actions. Stay single, gents. Protect your peace and know your worth.
One of my favorite arguments that some men have is, I'm a good man and no one appreciates me, so I'm just going to become a passport bro. Or, I'm giving up on dating and I'm just going to pay a schmags worker instead and have zero aggravation. No, you're not. You're not a good man. You're a transactional man. You expect that if you're good or nice or jump through all of these hoops, you will get something in return. And if you are that kind of a man, then you are. Just own it. But the mark of a true good man or woman, a good person, is will you be kind? Will you be good to another when that person is not being good or kind to you? Tossing your hands in the air and having a tantrum saying you're going to take your toys and go to a different playground does not make you a good playmate. It just makes you manipulative, and it exposes you as someone who only behaves well when it's for their own gain.
Good men are tired of being used and treated transactionally, so
one of the most common comments that I get when people watch my partner shaming or watch me call out bad behavior is, this is why I'm done with dating. And I want to address this because, shoot, I did not mean for that to be the point of this channel. Don't get me wrong, I actually think being single is great. I think people who enjoy being single actually make the best partners, but one of the biggest reasons I started the whole Womansplaining Men to Women series was as a response to all of the anti-men echo chambers that I kept finding myself stuck in. It all started to really affect my anxiety and my depression because I started honestly believing that all men were like these horror stories I was seeing online. But at the end of the day, it's just not true. And so I wanted to start poking holes in those echo chambers. So if the whole reason I started making videos was to get women to stop saying men aren't worth it, the last thing I want men's takeaway to be from my videos is women aren't worth it. Dating isn't worth it. Love isn't worth it. It is! Look, since I've started, I've made generously 500 videos. Even if every single one of those videos was about a woman engaging in bad behavior, which they're not, that's still a very marginal, tiny population that does not represent all women. Look, I don't have the numbers on this and I don't have a way of conventionally proving it to you, but I honestly believe that most men and most women are good people who care about other people and improving themselves. It's just that the ones who don't are very, very loud. I just wanted to remind you of that as you continue interneting because I was poisoned and it was not good. Do not let yourself get poisoned too.
Men aren't the problem. Women's lack of accountability is, and that's why men are checking out of dating and nobody wants to say it. Women love to complain about men, how men don't want to commit, don't want to date, don't want to put in effort, don't want to do this and that, but rarely do women stop to ask what role they play in the problem. And trust me, girl, I used to be the same way until I realized what was really going on. The truth is, men are tired of being told they're never enough. They're tired of being called toxic for being masculine, tired of being shamed for wanting to lead, and tired of being treated like they're disposable. Why would a man want to date when he's constantly told he's the problem? When every mistake is weaponized against him and every effort is met with criticism or indifference. Add in the fact that so many women are competing with men instead of complimenting them, and it's no wonder men are choosing peace over partnership. Men want to feel respected, needed, and appreciated. When they don't get that, they check out, and honestly, I can't blame them. If you want a man who actually wants to show up for you, maybe start by showing him some respect. Otherwise, don't be surprised when he chooses himself over a relationship.
you gotta love when girls start to learn.
I am absolutely convinced that
men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is. They want to go about their day exactly as it is, do whatever they would normally do, and just want somebody there when it's convenient for them, or, you know, for the things they want to do. Like, convince me I'm wrong.
We're just tired of the games, leading on, unrealistic expectations, showing our vulnerability, then being made fun of.
Girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
If you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna wanna run. Because she doesn't stretch you, she doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me.
But yeah, so at the end, Tico was kind of going off a little bit. But again, the first video we saw, it's like, oh, where are all the guys at? You know, where are the guys dating?
I think these two women need to have a conversation.
Exactly.
Modern women are not worth dating. If marriage fails, courts will crush you, my friend. Do risk analysis. Women have been preaching for years and years to leave them alone. We don't need a man. And we did let them enjoy the meal they ordered and not complain about it.
I just saw a video of like a girl posting, being like, why are 80% of single men not wanting to date anymore, like not even trying? And it's like, bro, like, do you see the landscape we're in today? Relationships nowadays aren't even like actual relationships. They're just turns, bro. They're just your turn. Like, one of the comments on that video was like, too much effort for too much risk. And then the creator, the girl, responded and said, don't put in as much effort. So what? Like, we have to show less love to get more? That doesn't make any sense, bro. That just proves everyone's point on why we don't want to date no more. And it's not even about like, oh, I'll just show less effort. Like, eventually, bro, you're gonna want to show more. And if I have to show less effort the whole time, then what's the point of the relationship?
We need to be financially stable to keep a broke girl. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.